Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue the marketing management, the second P of marketing mix, that is the price of the product. Okay, so what is the price? We are going to study about the second P of marketing mix, that is the price. It is the value of the product where the producer or the manufacturer fixing the certain value in the product, including certain cost. It is the cost means how much they spend to produce that product. So it may include the cost of the raw materials they used in that producing particular product, and for each and every process that it is to complete the product as the finished good, how much cost it is incurred. So they will calculate the cost what they spent in producing that product, and they fix certain product, and they will include certain percentage of profit in that product. So the price of a product includes both cost and the profit. Okay, and what is the main objective? So by seeing the price itself, we can able to give the give such certain opinion about the quality of the product or the services. So the customers always ready to pay certain price of the product which is equal to the utility. So as per the utility of the product, they will purchase the product, and even if whatever the price of the product, as per the utility, they will purchase the product. Okay, and the price may be called by the different names. For example, the price for the institutions, you are paying certain school fee, the name of the fees, and for the remuneration they are paying certain salary for the services which is provided by the employees. So they are fixing certain name for the price of that product or price for the services. Okay, so the next one is the price mix. Price mix is nothing but it is important decisions which is related to the fixing of the price of the commodity, fixing of price. So important decisions which is based on fixing the price of the commodity. So the main decisions which is taken by the management on fixing the price of the commodity is mainly depends upon the price of the competitors, the competitor prices, and the demand, and also the cost. Okay, so these are all the three main decisions. One is the competitor's price, decisions related to the demand, and decisions related to the cost. Okay, the next we are going to see some of the factors which is very important while fixing the price of the commodity or services. The first one is the pricing objective. So the objective of the firm is very important while deciding the price of the commodity. That is, if the objective of the firm is a profit maximization, then they will fix a high price. Whereas the companies are having the objective of sales maximization, definitely they will fix the low price to increase the sale, and in order to capture the market, in order to capture the share in the market. So if the objective of the company is to create this special image with the innovative technologies, then they will fix the high prices. Okay, well? So apart from the profit maximization, the pricing objective of the firm also includes obtaining the market. That is the first one. The second one is how to survive in the competitive market and how to attain the product quality leadership. So these are all the three main factors or three main objectives apart from the profit maximization. The first one is how to obtain the market share. So if the firm wants to capture the big share in the market, then they have to keep the price of the product at a low rate. So it is very helpful for them to attract the number of the purchases, that is the customers. And how to survey in the competitive market? In order to survey in the competitive market, definitely they have to reduce the price and they have to offer certain discount for that product. Okay, and how to attain the product quality? So in this case, generally the high prices are charged to cover the cost and high cost of the research and development. So in order to attain the product quality leadership, they have to spend certain amount on the process of research and development. They have to spend certain expenses. Okay, so these are all the three main objectives, which is apart from the objective of profit maximization. First one is obtaining the market share leadership and surveying in the competitive market and attaining the product quality. Okay, so the next one is the product cost. Second one is the product cost. So second important factor while fixing the price is the cost of the product or services. Cost of the product or services. So the price of the product must be able to cover the total cost of the product. So total cost means there are different types of cost. That is, two types is fixed cost and variable cost. What is the fixed cost? The cost which is fixed throughout the production level. Okay, so for example, the rent of the factory, cost of the machinery, these are all the fixed cost, which it will be continue or it is fixed for the long period of the time. But what is my variable cost? That is, it will the variable cost will vary as per the activity, that's as per the production level. That is the variable cost. So the price is fixed after calculating the total cost. That is, what is the fixed cost and what is the variable cost. Okay, the next one is competition in the market. Another important factor is extent of competition in the market. So third important factor is while setting the price of the product is the level of the competition. What is the level of the competition? Where the firm has to face that competition. When the firm does not face any competition, then they can enjoy the full freedom of fixing the price of the product. But when the competition is more, then the price is fixed, keeping in the mind what is the price of the competitor's product also. That is the extent of competition in the market. Okay, so the another important factor is the customers' demand and utility. Customers' demand and utility. So another important factor that is fixing the price is the demand of the product or services, where the demand of the product is inelastic. What is by inelastic? That is, no substitutes for the product. For example, if we take the toothpaste, so there are a lot of substitute products. If it is one product is not available in the market, then we will choose the another product because it is the basic need. So there are a lot of substitutes. Okay, so that is inelastic means no substitute product or very less substitute product. Okay, so if there is no substitute or a very less substitute product, then the company will fix the high price of that particular product which is produced by them. Okay, that is the customer's demand and utility. The next one is in the customer's demand and utility. So demand is elastic. What is by elastic? That is, when there is a more substitute. When there is a more substitute, then the price has to be brought down. Definitely they have to fix the price at a low rate. Okay, and when the product is highly demanded among the customers, At that time also they can fix the price at a high level. Okay. And if product is offering the high utility among the customers, at that time also the customers, the producers can fix the high price, because even if the product is at a high price, the customers are ready to purchase the product. But whenever the utility of the product is very low, the producers cannot able to charge the price at a high level. So this is the customers demand, as per the customers demand and as per the customers utility, how the prices are fixed by the producers. Okay. So the next important factor is the government legal regulations. So in order to protect the interest of the general public, the government has all the right to control the prices of the various product and the services by including the product in the category of the essential commodities. So there is a lot of commodities, so they will prepare certain list what is the essential commodity, and it is what are all the commodities which is very needed by the customers. So the common commodities is the very essential commodities, that is the food items, LPG. So these are all the common and the essential commodities for the customers. So with government interventions, there can be the check on monopolistic, as they cannot charge the unfairly high prices for the essential commodities. So what is the role of the government? So after fixing the essential commodities as per the list of the common commodities which is mainly used by the customers, the government will check. Monopolistic means that is a single owner, whether they are fixing the high prices for that essential commodities or not. So they will amend certain act how to fix the price for the essential commodities which is commonly used by the customers. So the company have to follow the amendment and act which is passed by the government, and they have to follow and they have to fix the price of the product as per the instructions of the government. Okay, that is the legal regulations. The next one is marketing methods which is used. How they have to use the marketing methods while fixing the price of the product. So the price of the product also gets affected by the various techniques of methods of the marketing which is used to promote the product. Okay, so if the company is using the intensive advertising to promote the sale of the product, then it will charge the high prices. So other marketing methods which affect the price of the product. So some of the marketing methods we already studied, that is the packaging, how to distribute the product, how to select the salesman, how they have to employ the salesman, and how they have to provide the customer service support services. So these are all some of the marketing methods, and there is lot of techniques. So while fixing the price of the product, they have to concentrate mainly on the marketing methods. So if the marketing methods is not chosen properly by the producers, then it will definitely affect the price of the product also. Okay, so these are all the important factors while fixing the price of the product for that particular commodity which is produced by the producers or manufacturers. So the next one is the third P of marketing mix. So in 4 P's we finish that price of the product, and first P is the product. Okay, and second one is the price, and third one is the physical distribution or place. So what is my place? That is, it refers to the set of decisions. It refers to the set of decisions that need to be taken in order to make the product which is available. So it is a set of the decisions that need to be taken. So it is to be taken by the producers for what purpose? In order to make the product which is available, product availability to the customers. So if the products are not made available to the customers at the right place at the right time, then the customers are not able to buy that particular product. So the place element is a process by which the goods are transferred from the place of production to the place of consumption. So what is the place? Place element is a process where the products are transferred from the place of the production place to the consumption place. Okay, ma? So the place mix It refers to the important decisions which is related to the physical distribution of the goods and services from one place to another place. So these decisions are deciding on the important channels of distribution or market for distribution. It's a channel of distribution or market for distribution. So the place mix mainly includes the channels of distribution and physical movement of the goods. Channels of distribution or physical movements of goods. Okay, so first one is we are going to see the channels of distribution. What is the channels of distribution? We already studied. So it's a very simple common topic, that is middleman who is helping in distributing the goods and services from one place to the another place. So goods are produced at one place and customers are scattered all over the country. So it is very difficult for the producers to distribute the goods and services from one place to the another place. Okay, so the middleman or the other function is playing as a agent or playing as a middleman for transferring the goods from the producer to the consumers. Okay, so the channels of distribution are considered as the firms or the individuals, or the firms or the individuals who are very helpful in transferring the goods from the place of manufacturing to the place of consumption. So what is the common type of channel of distribution? That is, from the producer it will be transferred to the wholesaler, and from the wholesaler it will be transferred to the retailer, and from the retailer at last it will reach to the consumers in a proper time. Okay. In the next we are going to see about, so when no middleman or distribution channel is there, the consumers, so see the manufacturer of the sugar, manufacturer of the tea, manufacturer of the rice and manufacturer of the pulses. So if there is no middleman, so the customers can directly consume the product directly from the manufacturer. So when the middleman is available, so the consumers will that is, they will distribute the product and the product will be reached to the consumers through the retailers. Okay, so the next one is, what are all the functions of the channels of distribution? What are all the functions of channels of distribution? See the first one, grading. We already know what is by grading. That is, middlemen produce the goods from the various manufacturers and they will do some of the process, that is a grading, that is repack the product according to the quality or size or the price of the product, that is the grading. Next one is the accumulation. What is by accumulation? That is, the middleman maintains a large stock of the goods. Okay, so there is a smooth supply of the goods without any delay, that is accumulation, accumulating all the product in a one place at a large stock. And next one is the assortment. What is my assortment? The middleman, not only they will purchase the same product, they will purchase the variety of product and they will keep us the stock. So they will procure or purchasing the goods from the various type of the manufacturers and assemble all the product at the one place. So the consumers can fulfill his requirement by visiting the one place. That is called as the assortment. Okay, next one is the packaging. So the middlemen buy the product in bulk and they will repack them in the small lots. For example, they will purchase the wheat with a bag of 100 kg and they will repack into the convenient pack of, that is 2 or 5, that is 5 kgs or 10 kgs or 15 kgs as per the requirement of the customers. That is the packaging. Next one is the promotion. So promotional techniques are also generally used by the producers, but the middleman also offers some of the promotional techniques to attract the customers, that is giving some of the discount or conducting some of the contest among the customers to attract the customers. That is one of the promotional techniques. Next one is a negotiation. That is, negotiation means middleman negotiate with the manufacturers as well as with the customers on the price, quality and guarantee. So they will help in transfer of the ownership. Okay, well, so middleman is and negotiate with the customers as well as the manufacturers regarding the price, quality and guarantee. Okay, and next one is the risk taking. What is by risk taking? That is, middleman is maintaining the large stock of the goods. So they transport the goods from one place to the another place. So till the goods are with them in the stock, so definitely they will not able to supply all the goods to the consumers. So after transporting the goods, there will be the stock with them. Okay, so or when these are transported from the one place to another place, so definitely the middleman bear the risk of spoilage or damage of goods while transporting the goods or keeping the excess stock in the with them. There is a lot of chances of spoilage of the goods or damage of the goods. Okay, so these are all the important functions of the channels of distribution. And next one is, what are the levels of distribution? That is the channels level. What are all the levels of distribution? Zero level distribution, and indirect level, 2-level channels and 3-level channels. So there are 3 types of the channels of distribution. See the first one, 0 level or direct level. In this case, the firm will sell their products directly to the customers without any middleman. Okay, va? And next one is, see the next one, indirect channel. What is that? Indirect channel. In indirect channel, there is a 3 types. So first one is the 0 level channel or direct channel. That is, the firm can sell the products directly to the customers. So what are the common types of the direct channels? That is by appointing the salesman and through the internet and through the tele shopping. So these are all the direct channels of the distribution. That is the directly manufactured to the customers. And second one is the indirect channel. So in this indirect channel, it is divided into 3 types. First one is the 1-level channel and 2-level and 3-level. So see the first level. 1-level channel is between the manufacturers to the retailers and to the customers. Okay, so directly supply the product to the retailers, and the consumers will the retailers will sell the product to the consumers. And 2-level channels is, this is mostly commonly used distribution. This is the most commonly used type of channel of distribution by the firms. So the firm will sell the product to the wholesalers, and the wholesaler will sell the product to the retailers, and it is generally the customers will supply will purchase the goods which is supplied by the retailers. This is a 2-level channel of distribution. And see the 3-level channel of distribution. That is, one more middleman is added. So there is 3 intermediaries involved in the 3-level channel. Who is that person? See, from the manufacturer, it is went to the agent. That is the distribution. That is the middleman. That is called as the distributors. So from the distributors to the wholesaler, and from the wholesaler to the retailer, and from the retailer to the customer. So there is a one person which is coming, which is added in the 3-level channel of distribution, that is after the manufacturer. So manufacturer will supply the product to that agent or distributor, and from the distributor the product will be supplied to the wholesaler, and from the wholesaler to the retailer, and from the retailer to the customers. So these are all the different types of channels of distribution. So the next one is, what are all the factors which is to be very important to determine the physical distribution of the channel. While fixing the physical distribution of channels of distribution, what are all the factors to be determined by the firm? Okay, so there is a product related factor, company related factor, competitive factor and market related factor. Next one is the environmental factor. So there are 5 factors which is very important to determine the physical distribution of commodity. Okay, so we will continue in the next class. So today we started the second P, that is the price, and we studied about what are all the factors while fixing the price of the product, and we studied about the third P of the marketing mix, that is the place or physical distribution, and what are the functions of distribution, and what are all the types of physical distribution of a commodity. Okay, thank you students.